Now joining me to discuss the political crisis in Rivers State is Sheftam Onwala, a legal practitioner from Rivers State. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. Now, what is your take on the ongoing allegations against suspended Governor Fubara and Edison Ayi on the bombing of the Rivers State House of Assembly complex?
Good evening, and thank you for having me on your show this evening. Sincerely, I must state categorically that I've said this on different fora that the issue of the allegations against the governor as well as the chief of staff, they're neither here nor there. If you look at it, and I've also said that Dr. George Wenke, being the former head of service, who had come up with this particular allegation, it's unfortunate that he's coming up with it at this particular point. Some of us have asked questions and said, "See, it's been over 1 year since this whole thing happened. You never gave a hint to the police. You never gave a hint to the DSS. At some point, some persons were tried for the burning of the House of Assembly, including the chief of staff was tried for the burning of the House of Assembly. You never came any day to give a voluntary statement to the police or to the prosecution, as it were, over this particular matter. The court entered a judgment in the circumstance and exonerated them completely. 1 year later, you're coming to say that these are the persons who masterminded the burning down of the Secretary of the House of Assembly. And we keep asking questions. And what do you expect us to do at this point? Because the matter has become sub judice. The court has legislated on it already. Has decided on it already. So why are we now having this conversation right now? It only goes just to tell you that there is more to what is happening. And that's why I've also argued and said, see, for such a man to have withheld important information like this that goes to the soul of the state and even the soul of the country, such a man should be tried for treason. Because the offense is a treasonable felony. Because if you ask me, you withheld critical information that had to do with the destruction of critical government facility, the destruction of an arm of government. No. It is highly unacceptable. It is highly so. For me, I really do not take the confession or the statement being made by the head of service seriously. And so when you look at the circumstances in which he had made the statement, when you look at the circumstances arising from the fact that he had requested for financial support from both the governor and the chief of staff, and probably did not get them, and probably has gotten support from the other side, which is the minister's side. And as it is right now, on the strength of getting that support, the only way to get the support from them was to blackmail the governor and the chief of staff in a matter that the court has already decided on, that you were quiet over for this long, and now you're coming to tell us, what do we do at this point?
All right, sorry to interrupt you, Mr. Onwala. So sorry to interrupt you.
I really do not take it seriously if you ask me. We just want to continue to comment problems in Rivers State.
All right, well, sorry to interrupt you. Now, Edison Ayi has come out to refute all allegations by Onweke. Now, what evidence does he need to prove that these allegations against him are false and defamatory?
I don't think he needs to prove, because the burden of proof usually lies on he who alleges. In law, we say he who alleges must prove. It is a man who has said that Edison here sent the people to go and bomb or burn down the House of Assembly. He should be able to provide the necessary evidence to support his argument, to say, oh, XYZ person said so and so person and all that. But don't also forget, in the circumstance, that what the man had just done was just to issue a press statement without any proof to back up whatever press statement he had done. Even if he had claimed that he was going to go down to the security agencies to make complaints and all that, before you come to the press, why didn't you make a petition to the security agencies? Why did you have to, first of all, go to the press before you now start making efforts to get to the security agencies? The right point of call would have been, go to security agencies, present your facts and your evidence before them, then you now come and brief the press of the action you have taken, not jumping the gun. So it just tells you that the man is just playing to the gallery. And we saw his wife coming out to say no, that the man did all he did under duress and all that. But you see, this is what we are talking about. And when people pose themselves to be in a light where they would no longer be trusted, it becomes an issue. Because what this man has done has clearly shown that he should not be trusted in the circumstance.
Yes, Chief Onwala, legal practitioner. I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but
if there is supposedly some truth in what he has said, people will not believe it, because he has tainted himself. In court, will call such a person a tainted witness.
Well, Chief Tamwala, legal practitioner, I'm so sorry to call too short. It looks like you have a lot to say. But because of time, we'll have to let you go at this moment. And thank you so much for your time.